we'll go ahead and get started then, because we think this might be our group here. So let's see here. I'll go ahead and get that invocation. If y'all are good, since John and Brad are out and Clintisha's a little gun shy on those pledges, I'll go ahead and knock that out too. How about that? And we're going to have Marie on roll call. Marie left. There was a couple of things here on these minutes that I noticed, and I didn't do this till late this afternoon. There was a couple of things on here I thought we wanted to change. One was, this is pretty basic stuff. Where's page 3? Oh, here it is. Let's see. On the public comment scenario thing, can we doctor up a version? Marie, I actually caught a couple of things here on these minutes. I want us to, they're pretty straightforward. One, on the executive session scenario thing, we did a roll call vote, and so it just has the thing down there about the on the deal. So just cut and paste that same roll call stuff we used on the other. And I thought there was one other thing in here. Let me see.
I went back and corrected some things today.
Oh, you did?
So but look, I mean.
Okay, let's see.
It may not be what you were thinking about.
Let's see. Oh, there's not a section, there was no mention in here about the actual, that we did the actual presentation of the girls track team scenario thing. We voted on the resolution, but there's no statement in here about the fact that they came forward and were recognized.
Okay.
That was the only things that I saw. Did anybody else have anything? Good? You're good? Okay.
Okay, so.
All the important stuff was correct.
Okay.
Let's see, I accidentally think I may. Yeah. 4 pages there on the thing. All right, so.
Good catch.
Yeah. So Glenda, you're on deck here for that as amended version of the minutes? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So on the Miss King thing, you didn't invite her down or anything, did you? Okay, good. So we can talk about it. It's okay. Are we? Is this being streamed?
Yes.
Okay. So I just I don't want to say too much because there might be a surprise element. Let's put that in play here for the lady. But we would not be actually making the presentation during a council meeting, I guess is the best way to put it. But we do need to actually vote on a presentation on this. So what we probably should do is move this down into the new business section.
We have a surprise thing for it.
So remember, Glenda, we are streaming, so I didn't want anybody to.
We're not streaming right now.
No, we are. So that's what I say.
We are?
Somebody watching at home might go, "Oh, we'll spoil the surprise party." Wait a minute.
No.
Yeah, you keep your mic down there.
I am.
So I want us to move that down there about the recognition of Miss King down to the down into the new business section there.
Okay.
So I'm just going to draw an arrow and move that down to the top of the new business. Let's see, Clintisha, you good on those bills?
Mm-hmm.
Was there any changes since yesterday, Murray? Okay.
I don't think we had.
Yeah, you got
anything
back to
come
that
in.
good amount again this week.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Keep that up.
Yeah.
There was nothing on there that needed to be highlighted, was there? Let's see the. Let's see, that was last time. Here we come. I don't think I have, this times is not, oh yeah, here it is, okay. So we're at 44,008, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about as, the only thing I saw on there was it looks like that, Eric, looks like you must have to get some new radios or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we use them for repairs too. You know, anytime we have tire repairs for any of our vehicles, that's who, they
Oh,
use
okay.
it. So some of that's not all just new tires, but yeah, that is some new tires.
All right, so I'm gonna put down here, Clintisha, on payment of bills. We're gonna have the movies again this week.
Yep.
How did it go last week?
It went pretty well. We had about 100 people, which is good. They got, worked through the setup process pretty well. Everything seemed to go real well. I've got a couple of things I want to discuss, so if you want to move past that and get through with your
Okay, we'll come
business.
back.
Yeah.
Did the new screen, was it better? With the new
It was better. That's why you want to go ahead and go now. I mean, I don't
No,
want to
let's-
disrupt.
Let's run through and then we'll just give you plenty of
Okay.
time. I did note now that we actually had competing events at the same time, which that might be a first here in town.
And
We've got
it
two city
competed for our
properties.
personnel. That's the reason I was going to go over a few, give you an update on how that went. You saw the pictures of,
Yeah, we'll let you hear
Okay,
all that.
okay.
All right, on new business, okay, so first off here, if y'all have.
Lock
had-
Corporation is old businesses.
Is it old since we
Well,
brought it
I-
up in the past, but
and
we didn't ever actually
pre-council.
put it, yeah, it was only on the
It was only on
pre-council.
pre-council.
Yeah, so it never was actually put on the, it got pulled off the agenda in the pre-council. Did y'all have a chance to read the Miss King? So basically what we got here is Miss King is the principal at the elementary school. This is, she is retiring at the end of this year. So we just thought it would be a nice gesture to the, who wants to do the Miss King?
Okay.
You, okay.
Letitia doing it? Oh,
She volunteered, but let's see.
I will.
You want to? You want to defer?
He got it.
Okay.
If he says he got
It's
it.
ladies first unless she says, but she says she's gonna pass. Okay, I'm putting on here Joe Cochran. But I will have, Ms. Glentisha actually read the proclamation.
So how do you want to handle that when it's live?
We will do it. Well, we just won't mention the why we're picking next Tuesday or
Got
whatever.
it.
We won't be accentuating that. We just
Okay,
want to say we
well,
want to
it's
recognize.
unmuted now, so stop.
Just want to recognize her, so, okay.
Yeah, we can do the rest of it.
All right,
Yeah.
next is a motion to approve a quote from Lockport for installation of access control at sports complex in amount of $33,238. Eric, we put this off because you weren't here last time and you would, well, I think we talked about it a couple of times ago and you said something about you were gonna give us some breakdowns and stuff, so.
And here it is. You know, we have, this includes both the gates. It includes the hardware, the installation of access control on both the restrooms, the concession stand and a door upstairs in baseball, the restrooms, concession stand, and I didn't put the door upstairs at football, but we can because they come in pairs. For each control panel, it controls 2 doors. So we got to have 2 for each one anyway. So that's why I just added those so that it eliminated the fact that they had to have keys and access cards to work, you know. And we can unlock them. We can unlock just like we do remotely. The gate is another, you know, and that's really actually the gates are cheaper than what we did for the other locations, if you want to know the truth. So, but it's really needed. I mean, I'm not going to tell you it's not. This is the godsend. These access controls at these locations. It gives us the ability to open it for you or anyone else, to lock it if it's not been closed. I mean, it really adds a great feature. So, but that's completely up to you guys. I'm all for it. We've already moved the gates. We're ready to go. So, and I've got power out there. We have a power solution out there. We also have the internet out there. So it's all set to go.
I like doing this, and I know Eric, I told Brad this earlier on the phone. I said, Eric will not like me for saying this, but I want us to drag our feet a little bit on it because I'd like for us to get our other financial stuff, you know, worked on a little bit more because it's so expensive.
I would too.
And so that was the reason why I
Okay.
was kind of.
Well,
He agreed in the fact that he said, hey, look, given a few events, it might be a smart idea just to hold off a little bit before we actually did it, so.
Well, I
He's
think
not here, he can't vote, so.
I
it's what
think
this
we
vote
are
says.
adequately funded, but I'm okay. I mean, it's not like it has to happen tomorrow. You know, I mean, baseball season's just about over, so we're kind of in that one period. We've got a few months, but
Thank you for the idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think it will pay for itself
Oh,
over
yeah, yeah,
time. I think
yeah.
it's, you know, I know how much of a convenience it is to be able to, we get folks up there on the
Hey,
thing. I
you-
just,
I work at the, you know, with the pleasure of.
well, I just,
It's okay. I mean, you don't have to explain. It's all right. I understand. Don't worry.
I know there's a need for, you know, the personnel and stuff, you know, around here, and
Yep.
I think it would be,
Anything that will help us streamline.
I wanna keep
'cause
morale at the highest
we
level
are,
among
we
our
are at
staff. Is that what
we are very slim staffed in a lot of areas, and every advantage like this is a real tool for me
Right.
and for the staff. So
3 million in the bank.
yeah, but we got so many hoops and loops on all that, you know, we need to have a good, clear picture there on that, so. And if we do, and
3 million in the bank.
yeah, but it's not all accessible and everything else and all, so that's what I say. And we won't know till we get the audit, you know, report back as far as for what's going on, so.
okay,
But hey, if somebody wants to put it on the table, that's y'all's call.
We won't have the vote, so we put it on. We got 2 no's and 2 yeses and put it word.
I'd feel better if we wait till we get our audited financials.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I brought it to you to discuss before, so, you know.
Well, there was some discussion about potentially just doing the gates.
Yeah,
and,
and I
on
didn't
the
even
thing
ask
there,
to
but I don't-
separate it because we still have to have control panels installed. We have to have the master panel. I mean, part of that solution, not just the gates, in order for it to.
So you're saying it'll cost 20 to do the gates and only another 10 to do
No,
the
no,
other,
no.
or whatever.
It
but-
says here the gates are like 38. I closed it. Sorry.
The gate opener's 3,800.
Yeah, and the gate openers, and there's a few items here that are attached to that. So, excuse me, 3,800 each. That's 7,600 total. So, it's all good. I mean, we can wait. I mean,
But
I'm all right.
that's just the swinging things, right? That
Order
won't,
presentation scheduled for first meeting next month.
who's scheduled?
Uh,
Oh,
I think he's referring to the audit. Is that correct? Yes, sir.
okay. So we'll, but you're
Okay.
talking about that's the swinging part of the.
It is, and then the hardware or the connection to the CDVI access control. That's if we do just the hardware, then that means I've got to have a way to open it.
You gotta have some
Move
kind
on,
of lockable
please.
switch.
Yeah, I mean, just don't. We'll wait. I mean, it's okay. I don't have an issue.
Okay.
I'd rather not do part of it. Than I'd rather do it all too. So, because it's kind of not.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove that then, since
Okay.
somebody wants to
Yep.
put it on the thing. All right, next was, I think Jackie made a presentation to us last time on the Civic Plus, Civic Rec, is that?
Yes, that's.
Okay.
I'm here to talk to you
Now,
about.
she did, I want you to know now, you were here, but she did a very nice presentation on that. thing.
Jackie's excellent. I brag about Jackie all the time. Jackie's top notch. Yeah, I do too. What we did, as you know, we've had numerous issues with the Tyler Park and Rec, TPAR. We are convinced that we are the guinea pigs, per se. They're working out their, this is a new software, they're building it and they're refining it, and we're part of that solution, and it's not working out for us. Our users, which are our customers, people that rent facilities, that register for sports, cannot use it mobily, they cannot use it from the phone, and everybody does things from their phone now. We've had so many issues. Jackie has spent countless hours on technical support, trying to resolve issues. And if it's this week we get this one solved, we got another one that comes up the following week. And it's not fair. We are a very slim workforce, a very refined workforce, and to devote that much time to make that work, it's not working. So I instructed Matt and her, particularly Matt, to reach out, find out what other cities are using, the different software that other cities might be using. The larger cities, and most people, I'd say out of 10, 7 use Civic Rec. So there was another one that is called, that we listened to. It is, sorry, I wanted to make sure I had that for you. Rec Desk. Trustful uses Tyler. Vestavia uses Tyler.
Wait a minute.
Tyler software, the Tyler technology, ERP Pro 10, the same thing that we use. Tyler software, financial software,
Okay, but they use
and
this product in conjunction
because
with that.
it is very it communicates well with it, transfers. They're compatible. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
RecDesk says they are, but out of all the ones we talked to, 5 out of the 10 decide they changed from RecDesk to Civic Rec. Okay, Civic Rec is part of Civic Plus. As Marie and I may have conveyed to you, that Civic Plus is buying up all these smaller groups and bringing them under that umbrella. They're a hard sell. I'm telling you right now, they do a really good job. Everything about this was spot on. Made them listen to two of, because they operate it. They have to deal with it. I'm their support vessel, and I help work through some of the details. But They're convinced, and as I am, because they had to convince me that we need to make this change. Now, what you have here is I think you've seen this. This is the contract. I don't want that. Let me go back of what it's going to cost.
Well, now Jackie gave a very positive feedback on this, and
Yep.
and in light of all the hours she's put in on trying to get the other one to work, I know she would be grilling these people to make sure it really was.
Oh, she was, and we
no,
made a.
no more vaporware.
We sat and made a bullet point list to make
Yeah.
sure we asked all the right questions, to make sure that it covered everything we needed, you know. Neither one of us were part of that, you know, we just didn't know, you know, I'm not gonna tell you, that we didn't know that this
Well,
was
I mean,
not.
that's not. It was represented as one thing.
Yes.
Functionality was another.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
that's on them.
Yeah, well, so,
You buy a car, you expect it to drive.
Well-
We didn't know we
Infinite.
bought a lemon.
yeah, so anyway, this is, it's $15,000, $15,135 in initial investment. That includes installation, training, takes about 3 months or less. They should have it up for us before football starts. It'll handle everything we do, and it communicates to our general ledger so that there is no have to go back and double entry. And that's what we've been trying to avoid. Uses our same global payments credit card processing company. All that's the same. They're all, I mean, nothing else changes except this software that we're using. And for her or you or me to not be able to log on and make a rental or make a registration, it was too difficult. Go
And I
ahead.
think something to add, one of the big things is, at the splash pad, they were gonna have to set up an account for anybody that wanted to use the splash pad.
Right.
Or purchase any kind of
Yes.
concession.
No,
So
what do you call that?
this-
No,
Point of sale.
no point of sale. That's it.
Right.
It's like, really?
So,
But the new one, the
Oh,
new proposal handles all.
absolutely.
Yes.
Everything is there. Everything
Is
is
there a
there.
monthly type of fee?
It's a yearly, the annual cost after this installation is $7,500 a year, which is far less than what we're paying to renew for our Tyler as well. But, yes, it's, and for us, you know, just taking count the hours that we've spent, that she has spent, that they have spent trying to settle all these issues and counsel and coach all of our customers. Yeah, this is, don't take this wrong. This is a no-brainer.
I love that.
Yeah. So, Jackie absolutely does a great job, and she does a great job for, so.
I think we were sold at the last meeting after her presentation.
Well-
I just think that we were getting this paperwork or something
Yes.
here together, I think was it, so. Is
Yeah.
there someone who would like to put the Civic Plus recommendation on the table? Okay. So you have, I think your packet will show the amount of money and everything, so.
Yeah.
For
it's
your,
on that very last page, Glenn, not very last, next to last,
okay.
up at the top.
15,135, I believe, is on
Yes,
the,
sir.
on the
Yes, sir.
thing up there, so. Looks like you talked them into a little discount too, so.
Well, you know, we actually get that because we're doing another portion of that with the Civic Plus, you know, our social media and website
Oh, yeah, okay.
backup, so we get some of that. So this is a real solid company. I mean, I think, there's a lot of people that use them, and they are very, man, these guys got it going. They know exactly every question we ask. Oh, those are good questions, and they have answers for it, and they show demonstrations for it. I'm like,
Well, I'm sure Tyler wants to get in on this piece of this action, but
well, you know,
they need to have the product up and flying before.
Yeah.
So, have you already said, have we said anything to them about trying to get some credits back for?
No, I'm not, you know, we had a window, you know, once we signed that contract, there's a window of that's why we pushed to get it installed, is because we were running out of that window. They're going to start charging us if we didn't get it implemented. And how are we not to know that it wasn't going to perform or work like
Right.
Breach.
Yeah, he's right.
Well, that would be a question, you know, we'll direct it to Mr. Black and let him take it from there. I'm not sure if it's a breach or if it's and maybe we do get a credit towards our other software.
Well, that's I'm trying to get the money back out of might be more difficult, but if we can get a credit, an
Yeah.
in-store credit, so to speak, to use toward our other
Well,
expenses,
we'll discuss it with him and see what, you know, how he
Yeah.
thinks we can approach it, but.
And something that, I was, our rep with Tyler got in touch with me last week, and the code enforcement module has never been implemented.
Right.
I've talked to Chris and Bob. They don't seem like they want to use it. So they are willing to reimburse us for that. I don't know exactly how much that module was, but they didn't feel like it was working.
Well,
by
Chris
in their
explained to me
test.
about, if we got a few minutes here, if you want to explain, but he explained to me about how, again, it's like these guys don't sit down with the people that are actually doing the job and figure out what's going on, and they're making him jump through 17 loops to do something that should be a lot more straightforward. And using the software ends up wasting a lot of his time. So he's come up with his own software implementation, I think would be the best way to describe it, that's just as efficient, and he can answer all the questions, if they come back for legal or whatever else.
The only difference in mine and that one would be is that you can't log on and look at it, but you can come here and look at it.
Yeah, it just we wouldn't have access for counsel or whatever if we actually wanted to. I don't know that we have any interest in knowing citations he's writing or whatever on that thing. We probably want to report on
He
that
can just give a
anyway.
report when he needs
So
to,
you're more than
right?
welcome to look at anything
Yeah.
I have,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or I can report as well.
Yep.
I've had a few issues on my end also, the way it's set up and everything, so I'm having to work through a lot of things to make it work for me. It's just a lot more steps than what it needs to be.
Yeah, I don't know. They just don't have the efficiency straightened out
We're
on
not
that.
big
But
enough.
but let's talk to them and let's see if we can. Obviously, it sounds like they're willing to give us a credit for the one we never turned on. The other one, I think we got a strong argument. I'll put them in the room with Jackie for about 10 minutes, and they'll probably wish they had just wrote us the credit. Poor lady's got a flat spot on her head from banging her head on the wall trying to make it work. So, was there anything else that we needed to have? And we'll give. I think that was it. for
Order
the-
presentation will start at 6.
6?
Oh,
The
it's
audit
6.
presentation.
Okay. Okay.
Audit presentation will start at 6. Okay.
Yeah, I need to get with you sidebar about that.
I just have a couple things I want to bring.
Okay, so yes, I
Give you-
just want to make sure we had all that settled. Now you can give us the show and tell about the events.
Well,
and,
before I do
there's
that,
pictures and stuff for everybody to
Yeah,
see,
before I
think.
do that, I want to talk to you about the paving that was proposed from Jefferson County
Yes.
for
I told them a little bit about it last time.
Well, Chris and Bob, we looked at it, agreed, yeah, needs to be done. But my issue is that, and I sent a return rebuttal, let's just say, is that all of Walnut Grove is not part of the city of Pinson. All one side of that road is, but the other side is not. They're not in the limits. So according to our incorporation papers, that's still the county's road. Now, I don't have an issue at all. I appreciate them reaching out and wanting to work with us. So I've asked for a $20,000 reduction in that price that they gave for the Walnut Grove. He can't give me an answer. He'll give me an answer maybe tomorrow.
Okay, so we only own on one side of the street of Walnut Grove? is
Yeah,
that
and then
what
it's
you're saying?
sparse. There's like a house here, a house there, a house here. So
Okay.
in other words, if we don't have both sides, then we don't. Now we do on Ethworth Johnson. We do.
Okay.
So I'm not questioning that, and I told that to Zach. But
Their original proposal just had Alfred Johnson, and then they realized they'd left off
and they should have
the other one.
and they should have.
Okay.
So, but I know that we have other projects out there, and I didn't want us to.
So it
spend
does
the
not
kitty
work
on
where we
that.
have to split it halfway with them or something? Is that?
That's what my proposal says. The actual cost that the estimated cost they said for Walnut Grove was $39,281. I returned, told him what my thoughts were, that road, that portion of that road was not in the complete corporate limits, and that we, according to our incorporation, until we annex in all those properties on both sides, it does not become ours until it is. But in the spirit of cooperation,
Yeah.
I felt like
split it.
and I said, I'd like a $20,000 reduction, which would make it 19 part of that, and then we would pay. So in other words, the total that they were asking for was $87,273. I'm asking them to go to $67,000, 2023. So, we'll see where it
Seems
goes.
only reasonable. I mean,
Well,
like
I figure we
don't-
can-
We
we
don't
can-
know if those people will ever annex on the other side of the road.
Well,
so
I
why
figure
would
we can
take
talk
on
about
that?
it, we can, at least I can do is ask, like Marie said, we can ask, and what's the worst they can say, and we say, well, we're not gonna pay that now,
Well, the reality is that sometimes people don't want to annex, and they drag their feet, and then when they
Until
find
something like
out they
this
can get
happens.
something, they
Yeah,
get something out of it. Well, if they get it without having to annex, then they
Yeah.
can just skip having to pay city taxes.
I wanna move on, so I wanted to make you aware of that, we'll know more
Okay.
at the next meeting.
He said it was not a rush because that's not on their schedule till sometime in the fall. So,
Okay. We have a loss control evaluation every year from the, and we're a couple of years behind. Due to us not being able to make touch with them or take them on a tour of all the facilities. This is Amic, our insurer. So I did a tour with him. We checked every facility, fire extinguishers, electrical panels, every little not every, a pretty broad scope, and he came back with some recommendations or some, I don't want to say issues, but I guess that's what they are. And I'm just gonna, we have resolved most of them. We were way behind on our fire extinguisher.
Maintenance.
Yeah, so I got all that caught up. We even had some in the wrong kind in the wrong places. We didn't, so all that's been taken care of. We've added several in several locations. So there was also a statement about having defensive driving courses. They referred to it skid car or something
yeah.
like skid car training for anybody that drives a vehicle. So I got with Chris and we're going to devise a plan to.
I thought that was for law enforcement. You guys doing power racing and stuff.
Yeah, we think it's like
Oh,
a
it is,
defensive
okay.
driving course,
Okay.
something that was just, also there was a, motor vehicle check. They recommend that we do motor vehicle checks every 3 years, on employees that we already have driving. So, again, got with Chris and we're gonna come up with a plan, do it yearly. There's no reason why we shouldn't he can run a check, and find out, make sure everybody's squared away. No, ma'am? Shouldn't do that?
I would do 2. I would do 2 or 3.
Well, it doesn't, I don't know what it even costs, so, but he,
Well, I wouldn't think about the cost. I'm just
okay.
trust me.
Well, he recommended 3. They said 3, so, all right, and then, we need to amend our employee manual to have an acceptable, it is recommended that a policy be added in writing to your employee's handbook to fully explain what is considered an acceptable driving record, which we don't.
Okay.
All right, so, we'll work towards that as well, an amendment. And then, of course,
So
the
that
fire-
gets some specificity there on that so that people don't look like we're
yeah, we just pick willy-nilly picking out.
DUIs or,
Now, the-
one
the
level,
one I
and
do wanna
running a
point-
stop sign's another.
The one I want to point out to you that he brought up, he sent pictures. He says, picture below is a small pavilion with a brick chimney and electricity running to it. The pavilion is located at 4365 Main Street, it's Triangle Park. A small public park across the street from City Hall. Currently, this pavilion is a hot spot for homeless due to its shelter-like structure and public location. To help protect the municipality from liability issues related to the unhoused, it is recommended that a grate be bolted to the front opening and the top of the chimney to prevent access, or the chimney be removed altogether. So
They think they don't want anybody to start a fire in there? Is that the purpose?
they're storing clothes in there, filling it with trash. He didn't explain why.
So it's a locker.
Pretty much, and it's I know it may.
We should just start a fire in there every so often, huh?
We've been approached. I've been approached by law enforcement that serves our city, the sheriff's deputies that wanted us to get rid of this a long time ago, because it has presented a problem. They would even hide in there, So
They're getting down in it. Center Point's got the same problem right now. I didn't mean to interrupt, but they're getting down in there under the grate is what they're doing.
Oh, okay. So we need to get doors on the front of the thing that are lockable.
It's a great,
Lock
it's like
it.
a grid on the window thing.
sir,
Lock it.
lock it.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. And So, okay, we'll make arrangements.
I knew we had some people camping over there on occasion. I did not know they were camping in a fireplace. That's a new.
We'll make
That's a new one.
arrangements to make that adjustment. And I want to tell you about the food. You see our sign. Great.
Saw that.
So we've lined up Fat Charles Barbecue. We're still getting confirmation for a Mexican food truck. We hope this guy up here will come.
From O'Reilly's.
Yes, ma'am. From 3 to 10 is what we're telling them they can, operate. The Stevens Hot Dogs and More is coming. We have Kona Ice, Dixieland Funnel Cakes, and they have chicken as well. And now we propose that we use Jolly Cakes. They have cupcakes, and that we'll buy the city 250, 300. You pick out the number. And you would come, get a ticket from that way we kind of verify, and then anybody, until we ran out, as the birthday cake, and then they could buy what they wanted because they would sell them, but we would pay for that. We pick out a number, and I'll have that exact price for you next time exactly. I think it would save us, because how many do you order? How many, where are we going to distribute it from? But if we allow one of those food trucks and then we just pay them, and if we don't give out 250, then we've got cupcakes for next week. But and the Historical Society, I think I told you, is going to put some little displays. Stanley is through the auditorium, so we can tour it, and then we'll have a video playing of some of the things that they've done before, just to give them something to see the inside of it. So
Cool.
All right, and then of course we have fireworks that start at dusk. And we'll sing happy birthday.
Unfortunately, that we really does have to be dark for that to be nice. We
Yeah,
can't do
yeah,
something.
but-
So we don't have but just a few minutes, but you were going to tell us about the new the new projector system and the movies in the park.
Yes,
experience.
worked out great. We used it on Thursday night band. We hosted the band, and these were trial runs, really dry runs, because our lights are not completed. But we did the band banquet there, and they used that new projector on the wall. Worked out great. They were able to play their music through our sound system, and of course, show the videos. And then on Friday, we had the Pinson has talent contest there, or whatever show, whatever you want to call it. And we had, of course, the movies at the park. Worked out fantastic. We had a little issue with the holding the screen up because of the wind, but other than that, it went perfect. Once they got the camera diameter, because this thing you can sit very close and it'll be huge. So I do have some pricing. I think I've sent you something about a remote screen that would mount to the ceiling and drop down. It's 12 feet wide. We priced around. I had Matt price around some from the big suppliers that was state bid suppliers, and they're $5,000 to $10,000 a piece. We found this one on Amazon. It's exactly the same size, remote control, $1,500. So we didn't buy it, but we just kind of think that it'd hide up behind the valance. So
12 feet's big enough to.
oh yeah,
We
that's
need
a
two
big.
of them side by side, or we?
No.
Okay.
12 feet. That's a big.
I didn't know how big. It looked pretty big.
I think it's
the other
about.
night on the
I think
back
it's
of the
about
wall.
18, maybe 20-foot opening. So and we 12 foot wide and 9 feet tall.
Okay.
That's I think that big enough for your screen, Chris. Yeah, I think so too. Now we would use our projector. We're not talking about putting something in the ceiling. We're talking about sitting on the ground
Yeah.
using our
Well,
projector.
the projector looked great on the wall the other night.
It really looked good on that white screen.
Yeah. I don't mean for permanent. I'm just saying that projector looks great. I don't think the problem was, the brightness and all was really nice. During
Okay.
So I went by during the band shindig. I went on back to see.
Saw it.
Yeah. See it in action over there. It sounded great. The kids had a great time over there. I do want y'all to know that Eric's find on the steam table was hooked up, set up, looked great. They had all the food laid out there on that thing. It was a first class, run them through the line there. I know some people might have questioned the importance of that purchase. We got to pay back on the very first night. It really
Well,
looked nice.
we are working on some changes to our deposit rates and how we're going to use that. Because we gotta have somebody watching, because I let, Miss Clantisha Irvin use it in her group, and she forgets to turn it off, and nobody comes and checks it, and we've left this thing running all night long, so.
Well, that's a hypothetical. That's
Well,
what,
it is a hypothetical, but it's a real
you love
real
it
issue.
when he uses your name in the example.
Well,
doesn't
I was
point
just
that out.
using her, but you understand, a group,
Time.
I wouldn't use it if I didn't love her, you know what I mean?
I understand. I understand.
Time.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and
Okay.
crank the meeting itself up. This meeting will probably be fairly short, but the pre-council's great. Does anyone need a break before we begin?
I don't. Joe, you need a break? No.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and call this meeting of the Pinson City Council for May 13th, 2024 to order. Please rise for the invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you haven't already, go ahead and silence your, let me check mine myself, silence your personal electronic devices. Father, we thank you again so much for this evening and for allowing us to be able to get together and conduct your business. We just ask that the folks here in Pinson would be protected, that they would be keep a safe hedge around them. I know we've lifted up our schools, we've lifted up the first responders in the past, but even our own citizens, Father, we just ask that you would look out after them. We thank you so much for the many blessings that you've given us, the opportunities that we have here, the wonderful weather that we just had this over the past weekend was really nice here. It's a very beautiful area that we live in, and we're really thankful for that. The nature out at the Turkey Creek and out into our neighborhoods and all is just really nice. So again, give us wisdom tonight, and we ask all this in your name. Amen. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. So we're meeting here tonight because several of us are going to be at Alabama League of Municipalities training on Thursdays this week. So we decided we needed to go ahead and move the meeting. So for anyone who's wondered how they might have missed the meeting live, well, we met early because of that. So, Madam Clerk, can we have the roll call now?
Counselor Irvin,
Here.
Counselor Walker, Mayor Pro Tem Roberts.
Here.
Counselor Churchwell, Counselor Kirkland,
Here.
Mayor Cochran.
Here.
Excellent. So, Ms. Kirkland, something about the minutes.
Yes. I would like to offer a motion to waive the reading of and approve the minutes for April 2nd, 2024 as written.
Second.
Motion is second, but I believe that date is
May 2nd.
May the 2nd.
Did I say April?
Yeah.
Okay, May 2nd, sorry.
May 2nd. Motion and a second. We had a couple of corrections there. Madam Clerk, you've done those, so everybody was in agreement with those changes.
Yep.
Anything else? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So the minutes are now approved. Next, we want to go on to our committee chair reports, the finance. Ms. Urban, I believe we've got you on deck.
Yes, I would like to offer a motion to pay the bills in the amount of $44,008.02.
Motion, is there a second?
Second?
Motion and a second. Was there anything on there? I think the only thing we noticed was some,
We got
potentially some new tires. So it was tires or the fixing of some repairs or ball joints or something there. We don't know which one it was, but anyway, I'm sure it was pretty light this week. If nothing else, all in favor of paying the bills, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So the bills are hereby paid. So moving on to enhancements, we've had our first movie in the park last week. It was very successful. Eric talked to us about it there during the pre-council meeting. I believe there were 100 people in attendance. We got a chance to use our new video screen. They were able to start a little bit earlier. Eric, what time were y'all able to crank up the movie this time? Well, we know it's going to be earlier than having to wait for it to be totally dark because we've got a lot better bulb in the new in the new projector. So we really like that. But this week we'll also be doing it again 30 minutes before dusk is a good time to probably show up, but somewhere along in there, the movie is going to be Wish this time. So we encourage everyone to come out and enjoy the fun fellowship and the movie out there this Friday evening. Moving on to new business. First off, I believe, is a motion that Mayor Cochran wants to make, but I believe Ms. Irvin was going to assist in the reading of that proclamation.
Yes, do you want us to vote before I read it out?
No, go ahead and read it first, then we can vote.
Whereas Ann King has faithfully and diligently served in education for 22 years prior to her retirement, and whereas Ann King has, during her tenure, served as assistant principal for 6 years and principal for 3 years at Pinson Elementary, encouraging an open door policy to bridge the gap between parents and school leadership. And whereas Ann King empowered community stakeholders to serve within the school to promote school academic success, as well as implemented a successful digital conversion to one-to-one Chromebook school and supported the use of emerging technologies. And whereas the mayor and the city council of the city of Pinson wish to acknowledge, congratulate, and show its appreciation to Ann King for her service as an educator and to the citizens of the city of Pinson. Now and therefore be it proclaimed that the mayor and the city council of the city of Pinson commend and thank Ann King for her services rendered in her capacity as principal of Pinson Elementary School, and do hereby proclaim May 21st, 2024 as Ann King Day in the city of Pinson, Alabama.
Is there a
So
second?
moved.
Okay, that's a motion. Is there a second?
Joe, oh, I thought Joe
That,
did.
we were letting him do it. So.
I take a second.
Okay. So Ms. King is the principal up at the elementary school, and she's retiring after this year. So we really appreciate all she's done. She's been to several meetings here over the years and filled us in. The kids really, the parents have really enjoyed her leadership down there. So I think this is only fitting that we have a proclamation here and an Ann King Day a week from Tuesday. So is there any other discussion or comment other than thanks?
We'll miss her.
Definitely be missed. All right, all in favor of that proclamation, say aye.
Aye.
Roll call.
Need a roll call there.
Counselor Irvin,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Roberts.
Yes.
Counselor Kirkland,
Yes.
Mayor Cochran.
Yes.
So we will definitely approve that, and again, we thank Ms. King. Next is another motion from Ms. Glenda.
Yes, I'd like to offer a motion to purchase software, for Civic Rec software that we're going to use to process our credit cards and for different type of activities.
Within the parking rec.
Second.
Park and Track, yeah, for $15,135.
15,135.
Yes.
Motion and a second there on that.
Second. Oh, Joe got
You
it,
said-
sorry.
We discussed this in the pre-council meeting. We've had a lot of, our revenue clerk came in and gave a presentation at the last meeting, and then our operations director came in and gave another one here this afternoon. Madam Clerk's chimed in. There's been a lot of frustration with the current product. This looks like it's going to be everything that the other is not, because it's supposed to work. So based on that, the staff is really encouraging us to do this. Did anyone else have anything to share or add concerning this software? Madam Clerk, since it's, I know it was on the agenda, but it was a large amount of money or whatever, so let's go ahead and do a roll call on that one too.
Counselor Irvin,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Roberts.
Yes.
Counselor Kirkland,
Yes.
Mayor Cochran.
Yes.
Excellent. So we will go ahead and do that. I think they said 3 to 4 month setup time, so we'll get that going, and we should be. I know the folks over at the splash pad will really appreciate not having to create an account for every time somebody wants to buy Coca-Cola or soft drink, whatever brand we're selling over there these days.
That would be a nightmare.
Yeah. Is there anything else from the dais? Okay. Next will be, I will open up for public comment. I don't know if there's anyone here. I know Captain Horn or Chief Horn is here tonight, so we did get your report last time, but I thought that was not, that you just were giving us the report. I didn't think.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's all good. I do want to thank you guys and thank the your inspection department especially. We actually had 5 different municipalities in the city last week for live fire instructor class that's the first class we got to host at our training facility.
Oh.
And we were pushing around trying to get power on. If we didn't get the power on, we weren't going to be able to have the class there. We're going to turn everybody away. So that, you know, all that stuff has to go through your inspection department. And did an outstanding job, come out there and got everything checked off like we're supposed to, made the right phone calls, and I do appreciate that, because other ones probably wouldn't have got that done. But just to let you know, what the process was, they came out 3 weeks ago, they did a checklist, which is they, meaning the fire college. This is what we got to do to be able to have the class. We went to work right away, and we got everything done to where we could actually host the class there, along with y'all's help. Also, I wanted to mention the accident that happened at Kermit Johnson, you know, where
Yes.
the van ran off the road. I want to tell you that the forces, you know, I made a comment a couple of months ago about it doesn't matter what it says on the side of the truck, we're all sworn to duty. And that actually, those words came to action. You had Palmerdale there, we had Glenwood Fire there, and we had ourselves there.
Wow.
It could have not, I hate to say it happened at a good time, but it could not have happened at a good time because it was that shift change for us. We actually transported out of the 8. We didn't transport 2 patients. Palmerdale transported 1 and RPS transported another one. The fire chief from Glenwood got RPS headed that way. Palmerdale had 1 truck there. The other one was at the hospital. And our guys got on reserve trucks that we had at our station and responded to that call. That was what we call a triage call. We actually had a helicopter en route also, and also come to find out, we didn't know this till after the fact, the helicopter was actually coming this way anyway, but going right on up to 79 where somebody lost their life. It's the same day, that same morning. So I just wanted to let you know that we are working together. It's the best that since I've been here 35 years, it's the best we ever have, and I appreciate, you know, what you guys do also to help us net that together. Any questions? I apologize, Chief Dolan's under the weather. He's had his first ever stone, and he's under the weather right now, so wish him the well. Hopefully Wednesday he'll get to feeling better. So, any questions?
Well, we appreciate them working on that. I know that was not an official school bus, but a daycare oriented facility bus. And so whenever you have kids transported to school and there's a bus accident, that's always high intensity.
And I wanted to say it last week too, but while you had all the principals here, and I've let everyone know that needs to know at the Jefferson County School System, the principal over there, she did a outstanding job. She walked 3 to 4 miles. There was cars parked down to 79 and got those little kids out of the car, walked them to the school to get them in that school building.
Wow.
Because they knew we were going to be there a couple of hours, you know, getting this lady cut out and getting these kids transported. There was nowhere, they were deadlocked. There was nowhere they could have gone. So she did a great job.
The accident was very close to the.
Oh, it was from here to the wall to the gate.
Wow.
That's how far they were. Yeah.
So,
All right.
we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks. Al, okay.
Thanks.
Sir.
How y'all this evening? Just want to let you know
Okay, so
that
Hal, make sure you identify yourself. Those viewers at home may want to know what.
Hal
school
Ferris,
is.
City of Pittston building official. Just wanted to let you know.
Oh, can you
Yeah,
not hear good?
Go ahead. Can you hear me? Is it on? Yeah.
Yeah. Mike's a little bit lower there, so he might
okay.
want to re-aim just a touch.
Well, we've got several new homes going up where homes are burnt. So we got homes going in place of those burnt homes. We've got the Raindrop Car Wash, should be opening in the next 2 weeks. So you get ready to wash your cars and everything. They'll probably do a trial run the first day or two, is what they told me. So be sure to take your car by there.
Of course, if it's out of adjustment and you lose your antenna
Yeah.
and chrome, they,
Yeah. Also, we've got, where the Winn-Dixie store is, we've got Aldi's coming in. They're gonna be taking place of Winn-Dixie. They're gonna be doing a huge renovation there on that store, moving Aldi's in, so. And we also were hoping to get, one other little, a new restaurant, and I can't say what it is right now. I don't think they want it divulged right now, but, we got one that's in the works, so.
No.
No? Okay. Okay. But anyway, we're hoping to get
we
one
have
in.
places for that, though, if someone changes their mind.
Yes,
That's
yes,
one.
yes. So, anyway. But,
Well, that's
housing,
good news about those
Yeah.
homes. I know about some of those
right,
burn
right.
downs. And I'm
Yeah,
glad
one
to
on
see they're moving forward
Cobblestone,
on that.
there was one on Cobblestone, it was where the garden homes are.
Mm-hmm.
They're building a new home there.
Is the one in Innsbruck, has anything happened on that one yet?
No, not yet. They have torn it down and demoed it.
They did?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So it's gone. So hopefully I'll get a new contractor to come in and build another house there. But we
And the
got,
lot for the one that was burned a few years back, I noticed it was for sale when we were up there that
it
night
is,
on that
it
one.
is,
So,
but, yeah, just waiting on someone to
not only
purchase.
restaurants, but a couple of housing spots available too, so.
Correct. And we've got a lot of renovations going on right now, so that's, staying pretty busy for the, the way the economy is right now with the interest rates high, so I'm glad we got stuff going on.
Well, it was nice that you were able to get the fire department put
Yeah.
in. And I know it was first class because it's very embarrassing when the fire training center catches on fire. They're right there on the spot, but it's just something about it just hard to live down, so,
I was glad to be able to help them out, so,
thank you.
all right, thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate that. I believe that's it. Do we want to entertain a motion to adjourn?
Remind them about that,
Oh,
please.
oh, yes. We've got our big 20th anniversary celebration bash coming up on June, what's the date? I can't see it. 15th, June 15. So you might see one of these nice banners that we have here. This will not be staying in City Hall for long, up around town to kind of help remind you. But we're going to, matter of fact, Eric, why don't you, let's promote that just a moment again. Y'all got some exciting news as far as the, back off the mic a little bit. Exciting news as far as some vendors, food vendors and stuff coming in. So we
Yeah.
already know that it's going to be a fabulous fireworks display.
That's right. We'll have food vendors there from 3 to 10 for your pleasure. We have Fat Charles Barbecue. We'll have a don't know his name. A Mexican food truck that's up the street here that we're from O'Reilly's. I don't remember the name of it. Stevens Hot Dogs and More. Dixieland Funnel Cakes, Kona Ice, Jolly Cakes. We'll have a little tour available to see the new auditorium and the renovations that we've done. A little bit of history will be presented in there. And then, of course, we'll have cupcakes that Jolly Cakes will provide and till we run out. And then we'll have, you can buy more if you want. And then we'll have, of course, our fireworks celebration to start soon as after dark as we can, and which I would assume about 8:30ish, 8:30, quarter to 9, because it's still a little bit early right there. It's not quite the longest day yet. So it's be a great time to come out and enjoy what we have to offer and see what we've done and to celebrate 20 years with the city of Pinson. And we're very proud of it. You'll see these signs go up all around. We've got our banners going up. The weather prevented us today, but we're going to try to start them tomorrow and Wednesday to get all our banners up on the poles. We got 30 of those to put up, so they'll be up for the duration of the year, and they'll be able to see that at the Butterbean Festival in October. So really looking forward to it. Same group that, just for knowledge, the same group that provides the fireworks at the Butterbean are providing these fireworks for us as well. So that
they
means
do
it'll
really
be a good
nice-
show.
Nice program.
Yep. So June 15th, mark your calendars. Be a great time.
Thanks, Eric.
It says begins at 5, but actually food trucks will be there about 3. So,
Thanks.
yes, sir.
Now I'm ready for that, entertain that motion to adjourn. I see there's a stare down here as to who's going to,
So moved. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second, you second.
Yes.
Okay.
Make sure we have that in proper order there on,
I got
on the minutes there on that. All right. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
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 Any opposed? So we are hereby adjourned.